Welcome to another episode of True Crime Chronicles. Today we're delving into a heartbreaking and chilling case from Arizona involving Connie Villa, a mother accused of killing her 13-year-old daughter and attempting to poison her other children on Christmas Day, 2013.
It's truly devastating. The story is full of shock and betrayal as Villa allegedly took drastic actions to prevent her ex-husband from gaining custody of their children. Her 13-year-old daughter, Unravel, was found dead in the bathroom, and her 3 younger children were nearly poisoned with narcotic drugs.
What's especially tragic is that this happened on Christmas Day, a day that's supposed to be about family, peace, and togetherness. But instead, it became a horrific scene of violence and desperation. Villa reportedly stabbed her ex-husband, Adam Villa, and even tried to kill herself after poisoning her children.
And the children, ages 3, 5, and 8, were just innocent victims in this. Authorities found trace amounts of opiates in their systems, but fortunately, they survived. Can you imagine the terror they must have experienced, especially in that apartment, witnessing their mother's breakdown?
It's unimaginable, and even more chilling after attempting to poison them. Connie Villa allegedly suffocated her daughter, Unravel, with her bare hands. The police report mentions that Unravel didn't have any visible injuries, but her cause of death was inconclusive until toxicology reports were completed.
It's so sad to think about. The motives behind these actions are still being explored, but police say Villa's main concern was that her ex-husband might gain custody of all the children, something she couldn't bear.
Yeah, the desperation and the fear of losing her children drove her to this unthinkable act. And it's a reminder of how powerful those emotions can be when combined with isolation and mental distress.
Definitely. It also speaks to the complexities of domestic situations, especially custody battles. But what makes it even more eerie is how she lured her ex-husband to the apartment under false pretenses. He had no idea he was walking into a trap. He was repeatedly stabbed by Villa, but somehow managed to escape.
It's hard to believe. It's like something out of a movie. He called 911 and got himself to a hospital. But when the police arrived, they had to force their way into the apartment, where they found Villa with stab wounds and a knife in her hand. The 3 young children were there too.
After everything, the children were taken into custody, and Connie Villa was arrested and placed in jail. The story shook the local community, and people couldn't believe it was happening right there in Casa Grande. It was as if this quiet suburban neighborhood was shattered by an unthinkable tragedy.
What's even more disturbing is the psychological toll this must have had on the surviving children. They were placed with their father's family after the ordeal, but no child should have to witness something so horrific.
Exactly. And the emotional scars from this type of trauma can last a lifetime. You have to wonder about the long-term effects on those children, especially as they grow older.
And with the ongoing investigation, it's clear that there's still a lot of questions to be answered. The toxicology reports, for instance, could provide more insight into the full extent of what happened that day. The authorities are still piecing everything together.
The case also sheds light on the intense pressures that can build up in families facing custody disputes. Sometimes, things spiral out of control in ways no one expects. It's a reminder that no matter how perfect everything may seem on the outside, there are often hidden struggles behind closed doors.
Absolutely. This case is a tragic example of that. It reminds us that the most unthinkable actions can sometimes come from people we least expect, but it also emphasizes the importance of mental health and family support in difficult situations.
It's a heartbreaking story that will continue to unfold. As we wait for more details to come out, our hearts go out to the children who survived and the family members trying to cope with the aftermath of this devastating event.
That's all for today's episode of True Crime Chronicles. Thanks for listening. And remember, keep an eye on your loved ones and reach out if you think they need help. You never know what someone might be going through. Podcast end.